Hello, this is Spartacus here, and welcome to another video where I got some more Battlefield 1 gameplay for you guys. And this gameplay is War Pigeons. It is a new game mode added into the Battlefield series, and this is a pretty fast-paced game mode. I'm glad that every time you die, you actually can spawn in really quickly, which is something I really like about War Pigeons. And I go off on ham in the beginning of this video. I do very good in this gameplay, so I hope you guys all want to sit back and enjoy it while I talk about my guided video of using the medic class, which is what I'm using in this gameplay. By the way, I'm using the medic class, and I'm going to be going over pretty much all the weapons, all the gadgets you can use in the medic class, and what I recommend using this class for, basically. So let's get right into the primary weapons. So I just want to say I do apologize that I cannot pronounce some of these names, because holy crap, some of these names. Like this first weapon here is the C. Rigati. I don't even know if that's how you pronounce it right, but yeah, the C. Rigati. There are three different types of those guns. Like if you guys don't know that, in Battlefield 1, they kind of have like the same type of weapons in the same like classes, but they're like different stats wise. They might have different optics on them. They might have better accuracy than the other variant. It kind of depends. But the C. Rigati, there are three different kinds of those weapons. Then there's the Selb Stadler. I don't even know how to say it, but the Selb Stadler M1916. There actually is four of different these guns. There's like of course different variants. There's like a trench version and stuff like that. Which is good. I'm glad that there's four of them instead of three. But of course, like there's a Selb Stadler, I don't even know how to pronounce it. That's actually, I think, the last one to unlock. I'm not 100% sure about that. But then there's another type of weapon called the M1907, and there's like three different versions of that. There's also three different versions of the Mo Dragon. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing that right because it has a little like swiggly line around over the O, but I've never even learned like German or British or anything like that. I've only learned Spanish. So then of course there is the auto loading rifles, which are like semi-auto rifles, and that's like and you start off with a auto loading rifle in the beginning of the game. And so yeah, those are the weapons. Those are like all the names. There's like three different versions, except for the Selb Stadler. There's actually four different versions of that weapon, which is pretty cool. So let's get into the gadgets here. I always call them equipment, and I do apologize. In my last video I called them equipment. They're actually called gadgets, which is kind of interesting how they call them gadgets. But anyway, of course, in each of the class you can have two different gadgets. And in this video I'm actually using the medical syringe and the bandage pouch. I haven't unlocked the medical crate yet. I do have enough war bonds to purchase it, but I haven't been able to do that yet. But anyway, the first thing on my list for the gadgets is the medical syringe. And what the medical syringe does is just like the defibrillators you had back in Battlefield 4 or in Battlefield 3. What the defibrillators did is that it could revive your teammates. If your teammate was dead, and before they even like spawned into the map, you can revive them, so that way when they died, that didn't count as a death on the scoreboard, which is pretty cool. So you can revive players with the medical syringe, which I think is pretty cool. I mean, it's always been in the Battlefield series, which I think is awesome. Then of course there is a bandage pouch, and what the bandage pouch is like this little pouch you just throw on the ground for you and your teammates so you could have your health regenerate faster. But then there's also a medical crate, which is like the bigger version of the bandage pouch, you can say. And what it does is that, what the medical crate does is that if there's more teammates around, it can heal them faster. And not only does it heal more players around the medical crate, but it also heals you faster than the bandage pouch, which is of course very good. And the next gadget is the rifle grenade. Now there's three different rifle grenades you can actually choose from in the medic class. So there is a rifle grenade frag, which what this is for is that you would put a frag on the end of your rifle or something like that, and you would shoot it off of the end of your gun, and it's good for taking out infantry. But then they also have a smoke one, where instead of shooting a grenade on the top from the end of your gun, you're actually shooting smoke so enemies can't spot you, and you can just play tactically with that. And then of course there is another one, which this does like more explosive damage. It's kind of like the frag grenade. This rifle grenade is like, it's called the HE, and it's kind of like the frag grenade. It does more explosive damage, but it actually does less damage against infantry. This is more going up against like vehicles and stuff like that. So if you're playing Conquest or Rush, you might be able to damage some tanks and stuff like that. I don't know how much damage it does to the tanks, but if like they're low on health, then maybe you are able to destroy it with that. So pretty useful. I haven't really bought any of those yet, so I haven't really tried them out. I've just only been using the medical syringe and the bandage pouch as of right now. And of course, this as a secondary weapon, I mean, it's the same thing with every other class. They all have the same secondary weapons. The same thing with grenades. You can choose between gas grenade, a normal frag grenade, mini grenades, all that kind of good stuff. But in the medic class, I actually use a gas grenade. When I use the medic class, so this is where I'm going to be getting into what you should use for the medic class, like what the medic class is used for. So obviously this class is called the medic. When you run this class, when I see a medic, I expect them to be reviving people and helping teammates out by healing them and all that kind of good stuff, like what a medic should do, right? And that's how I play as a medic. I try to heal myself and my teammates, and that's what I recommend playing as a medic do. And here's a good tip for you guys if you want to rank up faster. You actually earn more points if you heal teammates. So if you throw bandage pouches at teammates and stuff like that, they will heal and it'll add some points for you to rank up, which is of course always great. I probably will make a video talking about how to rank up fast in Battlefield 1, and that's just one of the good tips, is actually healing teammates. Play as a team player. Don't be selfish all the time by giving yourself these bandage pouches or medical crates, so you can heal yourself. Try and heal some teammates as well, and don't forget to revive teammates. I love reviving teammates. And every time I see my teammate die and there's no enemies around, I'm going to revive him, so that way he isn't actually dead and he can continue going on and fighting in this battle that we're doing, right? So yeah, the game modes that I do recommend, now you can play the medic class in pretty much every single game mode, but the game mode I find it to be really worth it in is War Pigeons, and that's what you guys are seeing right now is War Pigeons gameplay. And I do very, very well in this gameplay. I heal myself, I heal my teammates, I revive my teammates. I'm doing a very good job supporting my team, helping us win at the end of the match. And I mean, like, you can play this in like Conquest or Rush game modes, but you gotta be aware is if there's a tank in your area and you're like totally screwed. The problem with this class is that you don't really have any gadgets to help you defend yourself against the tanks. Maybe like if you had the rifle grenade and you either had the smoke or the one where it does more damage against tanks, it could be useful. The one explosive grenade where it goes up against tanks and more effective against tanks, I should say. I guess it could be helpful. I mean, maybe if the tank was on low health, maybe you'll be able to destroy it, but the smoke might actually help a little bit more because the person might have no idea where you're actually running to. But like I said, medic class I think is more useful in team deathmatch and like War Pigeons and stuff like that, game modes where it doesn't contain vehicles, and I find it very, very useful if you're only in infantry game modes. I think that's how I see it. I've always used this medic class in War Pigeons or team deathmatch or domination even, because domination doesn't have any vehicles in it. So yeah, just recommend it to you guys. Just play game modes without like vehicles. Well, I should say it's a lot easier. It's a lot easier playing without vehicles, but you can play this. I actually do recommend, if you guys are in a squad with 5 people or 4 or 5 people, you might want to be a medic. Normally when people squad up, they're usually like playing Conquest or Rush. They're not normally playing War Pigeons or something like that. But if you are going to be squatting up with some people, you can be a medic if you want, if you're playing Conquest, because it can help, because you know your teammate's dead and you can revive them, and you guys can communicate and all that good stuff. And I haven't been able to squad up in Battlefield 1 yet. I've only been playing by myself. I'm just waiting for my friends to actually get the game, you know. But of course, I'm the only one with money in like our whole squad, you know, of like gamers. But anyway, that's it for you video guys. Hope you guys all enjoyed this video on my guide to the medic class. Like I said, it's easier to use this class when you're playing infantry game modes, and you probably could do a lot better in infantry game modes than just ones with vehicles in it. But I hope you guys all enjoyed this video. If you did, please be sure to leave a rating for if you guys feel this video deserves. Don't forget to drop that like button and comment down below what you guys think of the medic class in Battlefield 1. I'd love to hear your thoughts, and I'd love to reply to you guys. I always reply to people who comment on my videos. So anyway, don't forget to subscribe to my channel for more Call of Duty and Battlefield content. I will be doing more guided videos on the probably elite classes. I might have to look into that, but also the support class and the scout class that is in Battlefield. I'll definitely make videos on that later in the future, so don't forget to subscribe for more videos, and I shall catch you guys later.
Erste Hilfe, greif zu, Mann!